Hey, what's going on, people? What's going on? Yeah, just coming with another video, man. I really want to talk about what's going on, I think, on the Bleacher Report. I really have to talk about the NBA. I mean, to me, I don't really think it was this man's a priority, to me, as a priority, especially what's going on with the epidemic and everything. And especially I want to give a little bit of a more focus what's going on in Michigan. As you know, California, New York, or even Louisiana and Florida and other states that's having a very high surge of cases of the COVID-19 coronavirus. But also, just a detail, definitely in Michigan, um, you have um, a very unusual case and surge of a case that's really going on in that state. Like I think um, black people in Michigan account for 40% of the death. Now, um, now Michigan is not a black state out of any means. I mean, you got Detroit, you got certain cities like maybe Flint and maybe Cedar or Grand Rapids, but that's pretty much it. Um, in a state that has like at least about 6 to 7, maybe 8, 9 million people, you might only have maybe 2 million that is like that's a blacks. But of the coronaviruses, I think the coronaviruses has surged over several hundred deaths, and you have almost half the death coming from black people. That only has a significant 35% of the cases. Um, that just kind of telling to me. It just how the spread of this virus is really going into the black community, and is becoming more apparent. And just the way you looking at look at the information, and also the cases, but also too they're not really in a lot of other states they're not releasing the racial information of people that's of these cases as well in depth. Like I said, you got the total global case of 1.1 million cases globally with 61,000 deaths. Like I said, United States has already surged over 7,000, while United States, as New York, has the most death, and I think a surge of over 2,000 in New York, majority going into New York City. Um, you just have more. You have, like I said, they talk about a second wave of the coronaviruses and such is might hit, but it's also an ignorance of the people. I'm now really taking certain precautions and also using the social distance that they need to use to try to keep the spread down. Actually, it's getting worse. The spread is actually getting worse. You got this virus that can actually travel through the air, actually can survive even without a body or a host, on hard surfaces or whatever, or even plastics, or uh, even in some type of liquid form, or even air form. It can live for a certain amount of time, and it is very rapid to that. But you got people that's constantly traveling and constantly want to be around other people, of not taking the social precautions of social distancing themselves. Like I said, there were people having parties. My next door neighbor last week had a party, had a get together. You had a lot of people in the park doing their thing in the park. So the people were still not really taking it seriously of the social distancing of this coronavirus. So that's why I think they talk about the second wave is very high. I can believe it. Um, in the global sense of it. Um, but I definitely want to talk about. Also want to talk about um, the NBA, because I think the NBA is going to take a very hard hit. especially with the cancellation. Well, they really postponed it, but it's likely to be canceled for the entire 2020 season. Um, that the players are really going to take a huge hit in this. The league might, they say, I think a 1.2 billion dollars in the BRI. That's basketball related income. That's what they're basically talking about. They're going to maybe lose out over $1 billion, but the players, because they share their revenue with the basketball related income, or a lot of people would say BRI. Um, they're gonna lose over $660 million. Also, the escrow, if the cancellation of the season, the league keep the escrow. Um, was basically, like I said, I think every year or so, players, actually the league withhold, or the union withhold, or give up 25% of each player's salary. Um, so it's pretty much like a giveaway. Um, it's just like I said, like this to let you know how hard hit this pandemic has really hit on the economy, and not just on the fabric, but even the fabric of um, what you would say entertainment industry. Hollywood been hit hard because nobody can make movies. You got your sports, can't really do sports. Um, you got music and artists. I mean, yeah, they can still drop music, but they can't tour. You forgot majority of the money is always come from touring. Um, like making CDs and albums, or even getting radio plays. That's mainly like that's on the fall from the wayside economically. Um, but really, you get your money in tours, or you get your money in masters, or you get your money in royalties and stuff like that. Some rappers or hip hop artists don't really um, have their masters. Some don't even have the royalties. Um, so that's always a plight in the entertainment industry. What's going on right now? But with the NBA, now they're talking about the players, like they gave an example of LeBron James, but this is basically every other player in the league. That every game that not played, or even from the cancellation or the postpone, they have to pay back around $400,000 per game. And they also, the league could keep over $380 million in escrow. That mainly should be going back to the players, but during the crisis, they're going to keep it. So really, a lot of players is definitely NBA going to take a huge hit. They told, like, I think Anthony Davis was supposed to be getting 27 million this year. They said he only might get 22 million, so he's already losing money. So um, it's a big deal, man. This pandemic is really causing an effect. That's why you got like LeBron and other players and celebrities trying to get out here, sell shoes or sell certain type of product, or talk about this spiritual invention of awakening, and just really just a lot of blabbers, and just misinformation. Really, because they're losing their money. They're losing money, they're losing revenue, and you don't even know if you can be able to make money back. I think in certain sectors of business, um, it's like I said, there's never lost of steps. I'm in transportation as well as in the chemical industry and energy industry. So, like I said, I'm gonna constantly make my money. I'm gonna constantly do what it do. But like I said, that's just an individual. As a collective, I gotta think about the collective as well. The collective, we are struggling, not just struggling economically, struggling and also in health reasons due to the pandemic. But the pandemic is, I feel, could be a good thing for Black people because it kind of get us to refocus what we need to do to succeed in economic and even political sense or nature. So that's pretty much my reasoning and my belief is. The pandemic is, like I said, it's not going nowhere. Like I said, summertime is coming out. It's actually going to get worse because it's summertime. It's hot, so that's a great incubation of the virus to actually flourish. And also, too, you got vaccines coming. One vaccine tested out at the University of Pittsburgh. Talking about they might have a vaccine for it. The thing about it is, um, this coronavirus, um, even though they still trying to study it, it's a chance this sucker can mutate. Now, like the flu virus, the influenza virus, that virus can actually mutate from time to time. It can adapt to vaccines or because let's be honest, nobody's not making no cure. Let's be honest, nobody's making no cure. So when you think about vaccines, that's the only thing that people will make because one is almost like they call it a preventive, but um, it's more like a band-aid over a gunshot wound or over or a rat or basically a bandage over a severed limb. It's not going to really stop or eradicate the virus because, like I said, this virus can mutate and adapt to the vaccine. So you're going to need some type of cure. Um, like I said, plus, like I said, that um, this virus been discovered for several years ago was already had a potential to be a black plague or even a Spanish flu type of virus in on a global sense. And as you know, people and definitely in government, they ignored it. So this is kind of the price they pay. Everybody blaming Trump, but Trump ain't the only one who really who basically flooded the floodgate. You know what I'm saying? There were many other um, priorities that came into play with this pandemic. But the thing is, for Black people, it was definitely I have to say Black people is immune to this virus is definitely something to now usher. I mean, not to really just be quiet, to really be hushed, because this pandemic is very systematically, very indiscriminately, and very viciously. It's taking people. It's taking people out. Young people, old people, children. It's not children, but it's taking younger people out. You got more younger victims in their mid 20s, late 20s that's now dying from this virus. So it is becoming very crucial and it's starting to adapt already to the immune system that's already letting you know that's learning and it's already evolving. So that just lets you know of the social distance and certain things that need to be in play. Also, a lot of states are now going more extreme um, into a mainly of a social shutdown, almost into to tyrancy. Um, I know a lot of people don't want to say tyrancy, but um, tyrancy, but it's becoming that way. Tyrancy or dictatorship actually have a major mass of restrictions on movement. When you have a restriction on movements, you are moving from basically a democracy into almost like a tyranny. Um, and that's kind of the social dynamic what's going on right now. That's basically everybody's kind of witnessing. I spoke on it on Twitter. I spoke on it with a few of my colleagues at work. And that's kind of like what's the feel of the social society going right now here, especially in the United States with these individual states, especially me being in Texas, Texas is becoming one of them. It's just like I said, man. It's just a lot of things going on. Um, but like I said, I'll definitely get you guys, keep you guys up, updated what's going on, and I'll hit you guys up soon. All right, one.